Team, we meet every day at every Wednesday at 8 a.m. We record our sessions, and we have them live on various social networks. Feel free to attend. You can go out to our website, relaxteams.com. If you go to /CNJ, that'll give you the link to join our site. You can actually join right now during our session if you'd like to join. So what we do is we start out by giving out shout outs. Does anyone have any shout outs for any fellow teammates?
I can give a shout out to Lisa. The new product she came out with about a month ago, and maybe a little longer, but it's been called Melt, M-E-L-T, and it's melted the pounds off.
Great. And cut your sugar cravings, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Great product.
Thank you. I'm so glad it's working.
Excellent. Anyone else? Any other shout outs? I'm going to give a little shout out to Jonathan. I think Jonathan, and with Business on the Browser, there's a lot of stuff that's happening behind the scenes, and the any good behind the scenes or back office you don't see. So you're not seeing all the progress and everything that that Jonathan's been doing and the work, but the results are showing as we showed on that chart. So I want to give a shout out for Jonathan and everything that he's been doing.
Thank you. It's wouldn't be possible without Dennis and Sean and everyone else on the team. So really appreciate it. But it's like being a lineman in football.
That's it, man. And you have the personality for it. You're like, yeah, I don't want the attention. I just want to make stuff work. So we appreciate that. Excellent. So with that, we'll start.
I got one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Kind of also behind the scenes things. I want to shout out to Sean, kind of the unknown, unsung hero that's also doing a lot of stuff. I don't know what everything you do, Sean, but I do know that those emails come out like pronto. Everything is happening, and it's just amazing what you're doing. So thank you very much.
Yep.
Yes, and Sean, for anyone who gets Sam White stands for Sales and Marketing White Label Profile and Account. So you'll get emails from Sam because we have different people, but Sean is the person who runs the team. So we do want Sean to have his own personal credit, but we purposely have that as Sam because Sam is Sales and Marketing White Label. So it's a group email that comes out, so you don't get confused as to who is this Sean guy. But it's always going to come from Sam. You always email Sam, but for Team Central Jersey, it is always Sean, and he is really an unsung hero. Excellent. And with that, let's go and share screen. So today, I am the actual featured presenter. I'm talking about Relax Teams. So first, I want to start with, it's a little slow here on my, I don't know why my images aren't coming up here, but I did have some images that were supposed to be here. A DeLorean, time traveling machine. Do we have any time travelers in the group? No? Okay. So everything I'm talking about is going to be absolute. Again, there was two pictures here that made a little more sense. The absolute factors are that time is the most critical element on this particular timeline in this particular universe. So as long as I don't know what happens on other timelines and other universes, but on this universe, time is the most critical asset you will ever have, and math is universal. So those are the two principles on everything that we drive everything upon, is that there is two overriding principles, is that time is the most efficient asset that you'll ever have, and that math is absolute. So what we do at Relax Tax is very simple. We apply math to these fundamental core principles, and we have a guarantee. We are going to be able to make it so that you retain more of what you earn, because we're just going to apply these simple principles. And if we don't, we'll be the first ones. So our recommendations that we give is that we recommend you fire us, that we've actually done everything we can do for you, and that you have what you need. So when it comes down to running and retaining more of what you earn, it's all built on the fact that you need to have liquidity. You need to be able to pay your bills when you need to pay your bills. The most important piece of a financial of your financial life, whether it's your business, whether it's whatever, is you need your liquidity. After that, there's a level of physical assets that are required. You know, you need a car, you need to get to work, you need certain things. Then is where the leverage comes in, the tax, insurance. And from there, you want to have your retirement savings, and then you have your growth income. Now, what taxes is really just the government going back and asking you for these areas and an annual reporting on these particular areas. Well, as nice as it is, these areas are all you need to do to address these. So it's not an accident. It's not a coincidence. The government's just trying to understand what you have in your financial situation, and they're just looking for a reporting on it. That's really all taxes is, and a reconciliation. So what we do is first thing we do is when we meet with a client, we establish your baseline. We understand where you are today. And that's why we drive our guarantee. Our guarantee is 100% based on, okay, here's where you are today. And we guarantee you in the end of the year, you'll be in a better place. And if you're not, then we're done. Like, there's nothing more we can do for you. Like, we exist to put you in a better place. If you're not in a better place, my advice to you is fire me, like, because you've got all you need. And it's that simple. I mean, people make this stuff a lot more complex than it has to be. It's that simple, and there it is. So what we do is we take your tax return and we go through every element of your tax return and we give you suggestions. So I'm not just we don't just come back and look at these documents that you're required to provide and just blindly look at the numbers. We're saying, where did these numbers come from? How are you getting to these numbers? And is that optimized? So everything we do, you'll get, and this is literally what you get back. It's not some complicated spreadsheet. It's not, we do have a spreadsheet version for the people who want to get in the weeds, but you literally get this back and saying, okay, here's a summary and here are your next steps. Here's what you need to do. We suggest you do to get closer to where you want to go. And where you want to go is what you told us. We'll get you where you want to go. It's fundamental. It's math. It's math, and it's saving you time. And everything that we're doing is looking to save you time because time is your most valuable asset. And we have a mobile app and a portal in order to you load those documents in. So again, you load up all your documents. You have a document. You have a question. You just toss it into our portal, and then we'll address it and go through as we go through everything. So as we get into the income itself, that's where all these this is where 99% of people think and focus on taxes. They're focusing on these letters and these numbers and these forms that the government gives you. And all that is a reporting of your income and where it's coming from. So again, in doing your taxes, by default, we have to have these forms. So we address each one while we're doing it. And we're saying, okay, here's some actionable items on how you can improve what these forms are telling you. It's not just that it's this form, here's where it is. So here's some things that you can address. And we do this throughout the year. We're not just doing this at April 15th. It's we don't take clients in April. It's way too late. We're helping you throughout the year, and we're working with you through the year. So the other thing is your expenses. There's deductible, non-deductible expenses, but they basically, on the tax return and the different areas, they break down into these general categories. So we're addressing these general categories. And this is, the government has this for a reason, because it's fundamental. These are the areas that impact everything. So the next step is we get into your insurance. There's insurance that's deductible. There's insurance that's not deductible. There's ways that insurance is not taxed. So, and there's different types of insurance, but you have to have these insurance. This insurance assures the liquidities. There's different things. Some are legally required, and some are just logically required. And you go through, but you don't want to pay too much in the insurance that you have. So again, we're going to review the different insurances that you have, and we're going to give you suggestions to save on them, to do different things, to address it better. And everything comes back with your actionable items. Next up, we have your debt. Not having any debt is not a good thing. Debt can be a powerful tool. Having too much debt can be a very bad thing. And it's all relative. It's all relative to your situation and where you are. So we literally go through and say, okay, here's your areas of debt. Are they right? What can you do? How can you improve them? How can you not improve them? Here's your action items custom to you. This is what you need to do about your debt. And these are the suggestions. Next, we get into your assets. Here are your assets. What are assets? A lot of times when talking to people, we find out people don't really truly understand what is an asset and what is a liability. A lot of times they consider their liabilities assets. And when we break it down and show them, It's really a liability. It's not really an asset. And that's what's consuming a lot and why you're not retaining more of what you earn. But again, we don't judge. Whatever your goal is, we get you to your goal so that you have it. But this is, again, following the format of the tax return and all the things that are part of filing your taxes. Next up, we have your investments. And the investment areas, same way. They all have to be reported back. Showed earlier, the government has forms. They give you all these pieces. They are part of your piece. So we're just assessing, okay, here's what you have. Here's what we suggest, and here's what you can do. And again, it's not my suggestions, it's the math suggestions. It's fundamental principles. It's this is what works, this is what doesn't work, and this is where you need to go. And it all loops us right back to the same place. It all brings us right back to, okay, here you are, and here's our suggestions. So each time we sit down, and we usually sit down about 4 times a year, twice a year, depending on your needs. But we're always engaging throughout the year. We're literally just giving you a to-do list. And we're saying, okay, this is what you need to do. And every customer will come back. And I've applied these fundamental, because it's universal, it's math, it's fundamental. It applies to multi-millionaires, and it applies to people who are at the poverty level. And it's just a question of where you are on this hierarchy at this time. And our goal is to move you up the hierarchy. And that's what we do, is we help clients to move up that hierarchy by taking it one step at a time. And it's just going through, here's what you need to do. And here's the next steps that'll get you further down where you need to be. Here's the next step. Here's the next step. And we give you that to-do list, and you won't do half of it. And then we'll come back and we'll say, you really should do this. And you'll agree, I really should do this. But then you won't. And we'll come back 6 months later and we'll do it. And the day we get to the point where there's nothing left to do, your life hasn't changed, nothing has changed, there's nothing to iterate, we say, we're done. Like, there's no reason to pay us. You can put this on autopilot. Everything will go. Everything will just happen from there. And that's what we do. That's Relax Tax. That's how we help you retain more of what you earn. It's why we focus on leverage, tax, insurance, and debt, because that's the thing. That's the magic lever. If there's a secret sauce to doing it, is the people who normally sell these products, who work with this stuff, make it complex on purpose, so that, and they fight with each other because they're all trying to optimize their dollars, not your dollars. We focus on optimizing your dollars, and magically it just works. And we go through that. So that's where Relax Teams came from. That's where the other areas came from. Because if you look at everything we do, it's after we help you retain more of what you earn. But we have to we start with what you earn. and as an accountant and as a provider, we have to start there and work from that. And that's math, that's easy, that's done. We've gotten that one done. So now our goal was, how can we really help our clients? Let's see if we can move it above the line. Let's see if we can help you earn more. And if you earn more and retain more, then you're exponentially better off. And that's how this whole experiment of Relax Teams got started, because we're done with after you've earned it. It's math. It was done. So that's it. Does anyone have any questions or?
I have a question, Dennis.
Sure.
So what's the payment model? Like, how does it, are you paid for your time, or is it based on like how much you save the person?
We actually have a subscription. So what we do is based on the type of tax return you have, there's a model of, and we will just do taxes. So we have a tax prep group because there's people who just want us to do our taxes. Mm-hmm. So we'll come up with, and we'll just do your taxes. If that's what you want, we'll do it. We are kind of selective and limited in the clients that we use. I mean, like, we will probably turn down clients because we just say, yeah, like clients who, this is what I want to do. I want to do it. I'm going to cheat to go. Yeah, good. Yeah. Go do that somewhere else. So, yeah. We just don't do that. So that's why the first step is, you load up your information into our portal, and we have a process in which we go through, and our process works. And if you don't want to do our process, that's wonderful. Not everything's right for everybody, but you load the stuff in the process, and then it's a subscription model. So based on the type of tax return you have, our rates are pretty much in line with what a normal tax, or less than what most people charge for a tax return. But because we'd have to do this for the tax return anyway, So we're really paid, but we take it on a monthly basis. We get paid, again, we make sure the customer's committed, so we get the payments up front, and it's a subscription model. Because we like to talk about, do you want the person who's going to be after the fact, or do you want the person who's there with you all along? Now, if I'm with you all year round, I don't have any questions when it's time to do your taxes, because I know what the answer is. I know what, I come to you and say, I didn't get this document because I know you should have this document, because we discussed it here. We discussed it at this point. So when you get your hit list and your question, and again, we're really, really good at automation. So we've automated a lot of this. So it already comes back with, you'll get your to-do list, and the to-do list is automated. It's do this based on these things. You give us the information. If the information's not there, it'll keep asking you for the information. That's when we start doing the tax return. So again, we've made it efficient for our business to do it, and then we pass those savings to you. We don't have big fancy buildings. We are virtual. And we just don't, so we cut out all those costs. We have the best software. We have the best tools to do our jobs. We don't have big buildings. We don't have fanciness. I'm not a fancy guy. It's all about that pyramid, about getting that done. That's what we do.
Awesome.
Dennis, it's Drew. I just have more of a comment. I'm a client of Dennis's, and for me, I trusted Dennis, and I'm trusting the process. So this is my first year doing it, and I'm very, very excited to go through this journey with Dennis, because I trust him, and because I trust him, I trust the process. So I'm looking forward to it, Dennis. So thank you for being around, my friend.
Excellent. Thank you so
And I
much.
just want to do also, like Dennis, we started with Dennis years ago in terms of looking at our financial plan and insurance and college costs and things like that. And Dennis definitely is someone who is not cookie cutter and doesn't just, do what the typical person does step by step. He really can take a big, broad view and help you attain your goals and reach your goals. And we're really appreciative of that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So with that is my time. So I don't want to go over. So we want to go through and go with our guests. So as far as guests today, we don't have any guests at this time, but you are welcome to join us at any time. Here are samples of positions of places of roles on the team that we have open. Feel free, if you're not in one of these roles, to reach out. As long as there's not someone actively doing your role in the company, you can have that position and you can secure that position. And it costs nothing to join teams. You just need to be part of the team and help and committed to helping each other of the teammates grow. And with that, we'll turn it over to Jonathan in Business on a Browser.
Man, I'm lucky. I get to be the first one today. All right. So hi, everyone. My name is Jonathan. I am with Business on a Browser. We exist to leverage the tax credits that most people and most businesses don't know they have access to. And we take those tax credits, those savings, and we put it right back in your business in the form of optimization and automation. And really what we do in total is work with you, understand your business, look to automate your processes, look to save you time and money. Going back to what Dennis said, we want to make things efficient. We want to make them easy. So we take those tax credits and essentially give you a solution that's not only free, but ends up saving you time and money in the long run. All right. And next up is James.
James isn't here today, but James is with Relax Benefits. He is a health insurance broker that specializes in small business. Every small business or every business that buys health insurance has the right to a broker. Someone gets paid a commission on what you buy from the insurance company, and that person should be doing their job and earning that commission. So a lot of times, if you're a very small business, you don't really know who to go to. You go through a website and you get no service or nothing back. But what we did is we've worked together with James to make sure that members of Relax teams have someone in their corner to help them with a necessity, insurance. One of those things you have to have as an employer. Next up, we have Desiree.
Hi, everyone. My name is Desiree Halleck, and I'm the owner of Clarence Services, which is a marketing agency for startups and small businesses. And today I just want to let you know that I have been asked to write a chapter in a book called The Ultimate Guide to Creating Your Social or Your Soul-Centered Business. If any of you are interested in writing a chapter in this book, I feel like all of you would be perfectly qualified. You do not have to have writing experience. Please message me later or contact me somehow. The start of it is March 2nd and the launch of the book will be in June. So it's just a 2,500 word chapter. And if you're interested, let me know. Next up is Lisa.
Good morning. My name is Lisa Devoren, and I am passionate about helping others regain their health and wellness. This is about living life to the fullest, enjoying life, and feeling good. So if you can use help cutting through the confusion, breaking old habits, if you're looking for a method that doesn't break the bank, that is simple and sustainable, contact me. I'd be happy to help. This month, we are focusing on tips and how to read labels in a few seconds so that you can tell what is healthy and not healthy, because it's actually very confusing and tricky out there. But so contact me, stayhealthylivebetter.com is my website. And next up is Paul.
Good morning, everybody. Paul Taubman from Digital Maestro. We're a website agency located here in Somerville, New Jersey. We help businesses get the visibility that they need and deserve on the web through their website. So a lot of times a client will come to us, or a potential client will come to us with a website and ask what can be done to fix it or to make it better. The results typically can be anywhere from, you know what, you just need a small little tweak, and we go over that in a free complimentary website audit. In other cases, it has been, well, you know, your website really hasn't been touched since your copyright date of 2016, so it probably is time just to redesign it. So depending on where people are, we help them with that. Paul Taubman from Digital Maestro, where we harmonize your online strategy. Next, Danelle is not here this morning.
Yes, Danelle is not here today. She is a personal trainer who brings fun and exercise together. She is all about high energy fun and helping you get to meet your exercise and physical needs. Next up, we have Jonas. Jonas, again, is not here today. He is very busy with his business. Actually, he's going on vacation now. He's got to get himself in a nice vacation. They are a factory deck supplier for commercial doors and locks, specializing in those commercial spaces that are very important, and from a security perspective, the hardware is important. You need no touch, you need biological, you need wet labs, you need telecom where you need to secure areas. Those are some of his specialties, and if it's anything commercial, Jonas is your man. Next up, we have George.
Good morning. George Pizzo with Caring Transitions. Caring Transitions is, we provide senior relocation services and resale of household goods. If you're selling your home, it has to be emptied of its contents. We help you sort through everything, decide what has value and can be sold. We run estate sales or auctions for you. We help you with donations, and then finally, anything that can't be sold, donated, we dispose of for you. So it's George with Caring Transitions. And next up, I don't know if Rochelle is here.
Tracy will be filling in for Rochelle.
Yes, I will. Good morning, everybody. Tracy Spiaggia speaking on behalf of Rochelle DiCrescenzo. She's a physical therapist and is the owner and founder of The Healing Journey, a physical therapy practice with a focus on holistic healing, health, and wellness, harnessing the power of the hands-on bodywork of Jarnes-Bono myofascial release as the main modality of treatment. The fascial system is a three-dimensional web of connective tissue that runs continuous in our body from head to toe, covering, penetrating, and intertwining with our muscles, bones, blood vessels, nerves, and internal organs, all the way down to the cellular level. The fascial system can therefore have an influence on our whole body. When Rochelle partners with her patients, she looks at the whole person, body, mind, and spirit, to uncover the root cause of pain and dysfunction. Your body can heal itself, and Rochelle will empower you with the tools and education that you need to do just that.
Excellent, Tracy. Thank you so much. And that's why you should have someone else rather than me present your piece if you're going to be out. And feel free to invite someone else to do it. That was wonderful. Thank you. Next up, we have Jake. Jake of all trades. He is Mr. Legal Shield. If you have any needs, any concerns, you want a lawyer, and you want to have them on standby. Everyone likes to say, I'm going to call my lawyer, but they're bluffing because they don't have a lawyer. They don't have someone they can call. So Legal Shield allows you to actually do that, carry through, and get what you need. Jake of all trades. He has other things. If you go to his website, jakeofalltrades.info. Next up, we have Tim. Tim was also mentioned he wasn't going to be able to make it here today. Apparently, everyone knew there was an accountant speaking, so it was boring.
Tim's here.
He's
here.
Tim's
Oh,
here.
I didn't hear him. You came in late. Go ahead, Tim.
I did. I snuck in late. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Can you see me now?
I can see you now.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tim Stollery, and as a working journalist for more than 25 years, I'm a professional storyteller. I'm an artist who uses images, sounds, words, and deep research to tell stories. Can you tell that I'm reading off of my teleprompter? My work has been recognized with many awards, including three Mid-Atlantic Regional Emmys. I spent the last 10 years shooting and editing a variety of projects and editing them on Final Cut Pro 10, as well as other digital video editing systems and web-based platforms. I'm passionate about shooting and editing video. I'm passionate about telling stories. And if you know anyone who needs a video, have them give me a shout. On deck, or next up is Tracy.
Good morning again, everybody. Tracy Spiaggia with Slingshot Health Coaching. I'm going to deviate from my typical intro, just inspired by Dennis's wonderful presentation. I love how he just really pared that down so that any person, whether lay person or expert, could really understand the services he provides. And mine is not all that much different. People will seek out the services of an expert like Dennis when they're experiencing financial, fiscal hardship, and they don't know which way to turn. Same goes for me, somebody who is experiencing neurological, psychological, emotional, relational strife or tension or stress in their lives. That's a brain health issue, obviously, in addition to relational health and emotional health. But I help to identify, just like he does, liability and assets, and then you have a strategy. I do the exact same thing. I take an audit of all of the stressors and take a look at all the assets, try to build up the assets, reduce stressors so that you can have a better experience in all of those areas of your life that brought you to me initially. You can find me at slingshothc.com and on social media. And up next is Candido.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Candido Rodriguez. I'm a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual. And what we do is help our clients, business owners and individuals get to the next level, move from where they at, and make sure that we set up the steps necessary to move further than they've ever been before. The way we do that is by developing a personalized approach plan, which will help them align their personal goals with their finances. At some point, we've all done some level of planning. So what we do is bring it all together so what we can plan today while we still live, while plan for the future while we're still living today. Next on deck is Drew.
Good morning, Drew Duraney, your cost reduction expert with Schooley Mitchell. 85% of businesses are spending more than they should on their variable operating costs. I say they're burning money. You think about some of the cost categories you spend on as a business owner, whether it's credit card processing, your telecom, your small package shipping, and many, many other things. We actually will negotiate with your incumbent provider who has a very large profit margin, and we will reduce your current costs, and 80% of our clients stay with their current provider. So if you want to put more money back in your budget and improve your bottom line, I'd love to be able to help you. At Schooley Mitchell, we increase your profits. We are your vendor watchdogs.
All right. Next up, we have Karen. Karen is a health nutrition coach who specializes the holistic approach and in particular, women heart health issues. Next up, we have Lance. Lance, again, wasn't able to make it today, but he is a realtor specializing in the area in central New Jersey. The market is hot, but the rates are going to change. If you are looking to buy or sell a home now is the time. Reach out to Lance. Next up, we have Anthony. Is Anthony still with us, or did he have to jump? Oh, sorry.
Hey
we're running-
guys,
Oh, there he is.
sorry, I had to walk away for a second. Sorry. So my name is Anthony with USI Insurance Services. I'm a risk consultant. I advise business leaders with capital efficient insurance using holistic risk management, artificial intelligence, and data analytics. We also help businesses understand and quantify risk exposures, evaluate risk strategies, and build and maintain a comprehensive commercial insurance portfolio. Again, my name is Anthony Guzman with USI Insurance Services.
Excellent. Next up, we have Jessica.
Good morning, everyone. Jessica Dale with A Place at Home. Our Senior Living Alternative Program is a free personalized service that helps seniors and their families to identify the senior care community that best fits their needs, whether it's independent, assisted, memory, or long-term care. We know them all. Jessica Dale with A Place at Home.
Excellent. And Coach AK didn't make it today. Next up, we have Project Scholarship. So Project Scholarship is a 501c3 that helps people, individual students, to reach their goal of going from classroom to career with less debt. Mostly we work with micro scholarships, but we actually have found the best way to reduce that debt is to skip the school altogether, where there's a lot of wonderful programs out there to become business professionally certified. And we're in a pilot program to pay 100% of that and work with employers so that the student will go with no debt, have a great career, a great opportunity, and then can go back to school while they're working for a company. That's it. That is Project Scholarship. That is Relax Teams for today. Sorry that we ran a little bit over. And if you have any questions or you want to join, feel free to reach out to relaxteams.com. Check out the join button and